Hello, Internet. I'm Ed Guff from thehouse.com, and I ride a lot of snowboard equipment. This is the 2019 Burton Genesis EST Snowboard binding. It's designed for free riding, or basically all mountain free riding for intermediate to advanced level riders. It has a medium feel and flex overall with a pretty rigid high back and a dual component chassis system that is actually EST. That means that the mounting hardware is on the lateral and medial sides of the binding, not directly underneath your foot, which gives the Genesis EST a better feel of the contours of the snow that you're riding. It actually is only exclusive and it can be ridden with channel system boards from Burton. So if you have a 2x4 or 4x4 mounting pattern, get the regular Genesis reflex style binding. This one, the EST, has a lot of padding directly underneath your foot, and that's why a lot of people love the Genesis. It's a great free ride binding that's super comfortable. For the most part, people who ride the Genesis tend to keep their boards on the ground, and that's why they have like this kickback hammock. But it doesn't sacrifice any comfort underneath your foot with that auto-cant sensory bed. There's a gigantic B3 gel heel area pocket. The footbed can actually be adjusted out so there's more leverage directly underneath your toes, and it has auto cam. It's a flat bed, but it has a soft hydrometer rating on the medial side that allows the foot to roll inside the binding just a little bit more. So even though you are a free rider, but if you spend long days on hill and you get that jarring underneath your foot, yeah, the Genesis EST has a lot of padding to absorb that stuff. And then, of course, is this high back. This is the thing that really stands out when people first look at the Genesis. There's like a double high back. The back section provides the most support. It's 18% short glass nylon. And then, of course, there's the kickback hammock that has a little bit of suspension. This allows your boot to stay tight, but also roll inside of where the high back, where your boot is placed within the high back. Another kind of thing to note is the dual component base plate. It actually has two sections. The upper section is going to be a little bit softer than the lower section because there's more nylon in that lower section, but it has the hinge system that allows actually the upper section to kind of like pivot and kind of like tweak out when you want to snap a nice ollie. It has a little bit more of a play both towards the nose and towards the heel. It's not just like a rigid set kind of piece. It allows your movements to kind of sway to and fro, which is actually kind of nice. And then there's the straps. These are both mold injected. They reduce the overall amounts of material in the manufacturing process. This is the traditional hammock strap. There's two pieces to it. A softer style kind of pad that rests in the instep of your boot, and then there's that external style spine that is a little bit more rigid. So you kind of press through that, of course, to get on your toe side edge. And then there's an upgraded Super Grip 2.0. This has a nylon perimeter, a little bit of urethane for better grip. It has a very low profile. A lot of people are excited about this thing because the very short run of the Super Grip didn't do as well as I think they had anticipated. They updated and upgraded this with the Super Grip 2.0, which is really great. And then there's the double take buckles. Burton introduced the double take buckles a while back, and it's a great concept and design. It has each ladder has two sides of teeth. On the internal side, there's a perpendicular teeth that actually lock the buckle in place with one click, and then the helical side on the exterior actually guides the buckle over the top of the ladder to tighten it. You get a lot less wear and tear, which is great. And then, of course, there's this little thing. It's called the flex slider. I was calling it the living hinge earlier. This is a flex slider. It actually allows your ankle strap to open up, so it's easier to get your foot in, which is pretty great. But the Genesis has a lot of really cool adjustments. Everything that you need, nothing that you don't. You can center your straps down the middle of your boot. You can rotate your high back to become parallel with your heel side edge. You can put forward lean on it if you like. But then you can also adjust the placement of the straps on the chassis, which can give the binding a little bit looser of a feel or more supportive of a feel depending on where you put it. But play around with it a little bit. You know, if you get these things, move the straps all over the place to find out what you prefer in certain kinds of terrain. This is an awesome piece, of course, from Burton. It's called the Genesis EST. You can see it at thehouse.com by selecting the link below in the description. Leave a comment or a question. Let me know what you think of this thing here. Subscribe to the channel over there. Check out more vids there. And hopefully, I'll see you guys on snow. Peace.